We are taught from a very young age that aging is a race we are destined to lose. We are told to hide the lines, to firm the skin, and to fight the clock with everything we have. But lately, I've been wondering, what are we actually fighting for? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. There is a specific kind of silence which happens when you notice a real change. Maybe there is a line near your eyes which wasn't there last summer. Maybe it's a way your hands look against white coffee mug. A little more texture, a little more lived in. I spent years trying to maintain a version of myself that didn't even exist anymore. I was exhausted and then I stopped. I stopped fighting the clock, and for the first time in my life, I started actually living in it. For the very first time, I saw a gray hair like right here and it's still there. When I looked into the mirror, it took me a minute, and that's when I sat with myself. And here we are talking about it today. Why ripening is more beautiful than staying green, and how finally we can come home to ourselves. Society calls this a decline. We are bombarded by the noise of anti-aging, reversing the clock and fighting the signs. It's a loud, fantastic war against inevitable. But here at the quiet ship, we don't fight the seasons. We observe them. What if aging isn't a slow fading light, but the steady brightening of a soul? What if the peak isn't 25, but the moment you finally stop being someone else? Today, we are breaking the armor, putting down a weapon, and looking straight into the mirror. Not to find flaws, but to find the map of our journey. This is the beauty of aging. There is a Japanese aesthetic called Wabi-Sabi. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. It is the wisdom in natural simplicity. It finds beauty in the imperfect, the impermanent, and the incomplete. In this philosophy, a brand new bowl is just a bowl, but a bowl that has been chipped, used at 1,000 dinners, and built with a gold lacquer. That bowl has a story. It has soul. We treat our body like products that shouldn't wear out. We get frustrated when the battery life drops, or the casing scuffs. But humans aren't hardware. We are a landscape. Think of Grand Canyon. It is, by definition, a massive scar on Earth. It is the result of million years of erosion, wind, and harsh weather. If the Earth had an anti-aging cream, the Grand Canyon wouldn't exist. It would just be flat and uninteresting plain. When we look at our own erosion, we look at the softening of jaw, the graying of the temple, but we forget that we are looking at the result of surviving. Every wrinkle is a receipt for a laugh shared, a grief endured, or a sun-drenched afternoon. When you erase a line, you erase the memory it cost to get it. There is a myth that youth is the time of greatest power. In reality, youth is often the time of greatest noise. It's the era of performative living. And we spend our 20s and 30s building persona, trying to fit into the world, trying to fit into the shape that world has carved out for us. We are loud because we are unsure. But as the years pass, a quiet authority begins to settle in your bones. Psychologists often talk about the crystallized intelligence. While our ability to solve puzzles quickly might peak early, our ability to understand context, to read people, and to navigate complex emotional waters actually improves as we age. I remember when I was teenage, and even like here and there now, I still ask my mom, and she has that ability that when we meet a person within like first few minutes, she would understand them better psychologically. Because at that age, I was learning what is real and what is not real behind those words. We become better at being human. Think like aging is a process of shedding. You shed the need to be liked by everyone. You shed a desire to win in every single argument. You realize that most things people shout about don't actually matter. There is a profound power in a phrase. I no longer have the energy for the things don't nourish me. This isn't exhaustion, it's clarity. This is the appreciation of our time and actually choosing. My journey to this space wasn't a straight line. It was paved. There is a squirrel out there. It was paved with the surgery that tested my body's limit and heartbreaks that I thought that would leave me permanently broken and empty. There were seasons where I felt like I was just falling over and over and over again. But looking back at that younger version of me, the one who was learner, the one who never accepted the defeat, the one who was brave, the one went against all the odds and didn't fit the society's standard and the society's timeline of marrying, having kids, graduating at certain age and whatnot. I broke all the rules and here I am standing right in front of you. Or perhaps more imperfect in society's eyes, more imperfect in the views of the world. I realized she didn't have the wisdom that I have now. She knew how to get up, but she was waiting for someone to hold hand. She realized loving herself and holding her own hand is more needed. My body isn't just a shape. It's a map of every storm I survived. These lines, this grain, this body shape, these stretch marks are the proof of my resilience. And my softness and kindness, I have finally celebrated. It's the grace I have finally allowed myself to have it. Think of a piece of fruit. It is firm, bright, and beautiful to look at it, but it's often tart, even bitter. It isn't until it begins softening, until its skin loses that tight, perfect sheen, and that it becomes sweet. It has to age to become what it was meant to be. Many of us spend our lives terrified of softening, graying, stretch marks, and losing. We want to stay firm forever, but a heart that never learns to soften truly doesn't know how to love. In this middle act of our life, the quiet shift happens internally. We stop looking for validations externally and start looking for internal peace. We prioritize depth of our days over the length of our to-do list. If you're watching this and you feel the weight of time, I want you to ask yourself, what have you gained that your 20 years old self would be jealous of? Is it your boundaries? Is it your taste in the book? Is it the way you now can sit in a room alone with your feelings without feeling anxious for an hour? Those are the trophies of aging. You didn't lose your youth, you traded it for a soul. In ancient Indian philosophy, life is divided into the stages. One of the most beautiful is Vanprastha, the forest dweller stage. It is the time when you have fulfilled the duties to society and you begin to turn inward. Isn't it the most beautiful thing? You heed the forest, metaphorically or literally, to seek the truth. In our modern world, we try to skip this stage. We stay in the householder stage forever, constantly producing, constantly working, constantly consuming, and constantly staying relevant. But there is a sacredness in stepping back, in letting the next generation take the stage while you move to the balcony. From the balcony, you can see the whole play. You can see the patterns. You can see the beauty of the entire theater and not just your own lines. Aging allows you to become a lighthouse instead of motorbike. You don't have to chase anyone anymore. You just stand still and shine. So how do we actually stop the fight? It starts with a purposeful pause. It's choosing to look into the mirror and see a friend and not an enemy, instead of a project that needs fixing. Instead, a projection of societal standards. Try this today. Find one thing about your current self, a feature, a memory, a strength that your younger self didn't have it, that your younger self hadn't learned yet. Hold on to that. Let that be your anchor. We don't need a fountain of youth. We need a well of self-compassion. We need to realize that we are safe in this moment, in this skin, exactly as we are. This body has been my home through every surgery and every celebration. It's different than it's used to be, and I think that's beautiful. I am curious, what is one thing you love about your current self that the younger you hadn't learned yet? Let's talk about this in a comment. If this message feels like a hug, I would love for you to join our community, The Quiet Shift. As we wrap up this reflection, I want to leave you with the thought from Ralph Waldo Emerson. As we grow, the beauty stills inward. The world may see a less of your surface beauty, but those who lean in close, those who truly know you, see a radiance that a youth simply cannot produce. It is a glow of a life well lived, a heart well broken, and a spirit that has found its home. Don't fear the shifts, don't fear the quiet. You are becoming a masterpiece that only time has a tool to carve. Thank you for being with me in this quiet space. If you found peace in this today, I would love to hear one thing about you love about the age you are right now. Stay quiet, stay intentional.